Hello. Um, I haven't made a video in a while. I upgraded some of my equipment. Better camera, better sound recorder, got some lights. But, you know, this is still largely for me, and that's what I'd like to change. Um, so from now on, this channel is going to be less of a bipolar vlog than a just sort of I want to be able to answer questions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a practicing counselor or anything like that. But I have been bipolar for almost 40 years and spent a lot of time in hospitals and in therapy and reading the BDR. So I know a little bit about it, and I know there's a lot of people out there, more and more diagnoses every day, and a lot of people have questions, and I'm gonna try and answer some of those questions if I can. Um, I know people have short attention spans. I certainly do. But I am going to talk today about the uh, the essential difference between um, somebody who's eccentric or going through a tough life situation, causing them to act out, or somebody who's just got an anomalous personality that's a little unusual, and why that's different um, from a real bipolar diagnosis or a patient formerly diagnosed with bipolar, according to what we have here, DSM-5. Mine comes with chocolate. Um, and I know there are probably people out there who, they just put bipolar in a search engine and you come up with 10 million hits on pages like, 10 signs you might be bipolar, or how do you know if you're bipolar? Well, you go down those lists of symptoms or, you know, signs, whatever, and the truth is everybody has experienced those feelings, those thoughts at some time or another. That doesn't uh, necessitate the forming of a uh, diagnosis of some sort of mood pathology. It just means that's life, and life sucks sometimes. It can be really hard, and not everybody's equipped to deal with it. What they do know about bipolar, and it's still kind of up in the air, but one thing they do know is that it has a large genetic component. It seems to start in adolescence and get worse over time. There are different forms of bipolar. I heard somebody refer to 5 forms the other day, but I'm only aware of 3. And that's bipolar 1, bipolar 2, and bipolar 3. Bipolar 1 being alternating depressive and manic episodes with some hypomania and mixed episodes thrown in for fun. Also, with bipolar 1, you will probably also find some psychotic features, delusions, that kind of thing, but really only during the manic or depressed phase. Bipolar 2 is similar, but the patient tends to spend more time in the depressed phase, and the mania never gets as intense, or it depends on who you talk to about whether psychosis is the key to differentiating between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2, but that's not my battle. I'm not going to fight it. Anyway, so how do you know if that a friend of yours or even you or someone you love, they're acting oddly? You don't know a whole lot about bipolar, but it's in the news and stuff, so the basics, and you observe this bizarre behavior, and what it comes down to is that the behavior reaches sort of a crisis level where the person can no longer function. And that is the crucial difference between someone who is just going through a rough time or, someone who, experienced a traumatic event and or is dealing with one. That is the essential difference, because someone with bipolar, most people with bipolar that I've spoken to can point to incidents in their childhood when they were as young as 7 or 8, even 6 years old, that they now think may be part of the prodrome of bipolar, sort of the pre-syndrome symptoms. I mean, for me, when I was 8 years old, I was sent to my first shrink, and I liked going because I played Candyland and drew pictures of my family a whole lot, but I don't think much was accomplished, and I didn't see a psychiatrist again until I was 12. The other thing you might see a lot of in oh shit. Buddy. Hey buddy. Another thing you might see a lot of, and this is weird, but I have seen a lot of this over the years, especially in psych hospitals. People who want to be bipolar or gross, or want to be mentally ill. They want the label. They want the excuse. Excuse says. Maybe they even want the government payout. Who knows? But they're basically malingering. They either copy the behavior of patients around them, or buy a DSM like this one. And they get their diagnosis and their built-in excuse for everything. And that's disastrous for those of us who are really bipolar, because every human on earth can smell a flake. When somebody's full of shit. And when there's these people going around, saying, "Oh, I'm bipolar, and I can't do this, I can't do that, take care of me, and my life is so tough," and blah blah blah. I mean, I hate to say it, but it gives us like legitimate lunatics a bad name. And of course, that's the last thing we'd want, right? They're so popular anyway. Anyhow, this video's hit the 10-minute mark. Oh, you want to say something? You want to say something? Hey, you want to see a cat butt? Whoop. Love this guy. Alright, that's enough for one day. Let's see if that worked. Oh, wait. Fade out. You got kind of smoked on, buddy. Sorry. Alright.